let's come on and do a little girl talk. Let's talk about those things that we need to talk about in womanhood, just in life in general, because we know that life keep going and so do we, and so must we. We got to keep going, y'all. We got to stay motivated, uplifted, encouraged, inspired. All of those terms we need it along this journey of life. And I always say it's like motherhood is one of those titles that we wear that we'll never fully get all of our credit for or flowers for. It's so much sacrifice that go into being a woman, just being a woman or mother, whether you're a wife and you don't have children. It's just so many sacrifices that I think we make subconsciously. We're quick to put our happiness on the chopping block. We're quick to cut things that relate to us for the benefit of our children, of our family as a whole. And then I started thinking, I was like, man, how in life do we put ourselves as women last but expect to come first? How do we expect to prioritize life and then on that kind of like totem pole, we're not at the beginning of it? And then when we don't get the outcomes that we want for ourselves, we're like, where did it go wrong? It went wrong because you didn't put yourself in the list of priorities in the correct spot. And I always say when it comes to my mom maintenance days, when it comes to my self-care, moments, these are not huge acts of self-care. Just giving yourself an extra 10, 15 minutes in the mornings before waking up the house, starting your day and opening up your house. Those little extra 10, 15 minutes that you use to gather your focus, channel your energy, makes such a huge difference. I think, man, along the journey of motherhood and womanhood, we make so many sacrifices. We're constantly giving a part of ourselves or taking away from ourselves to create balance in other areas. But like I said, with that type of recipe, remember you're taking out, and you're not replenishing at the correct rate. You're going to end up depleted. You're going to find yourself at the end of burnout. And mom burnout is real, overstimulation. And this can be things and emotions that we experience in a day. By the end of the day, we're tired, we're overstimulated, we're hungry, and everything else in this mom life and this just woman life in general. I always say womanhood, motherhood will never truly get all of our flowers for what we do and how we contribute to the lives of our family. Man, women, we're the original influencers. And this is not in a boastful way. It's to say that the impact we have on our family, on our children, on our spouse, our community, the people that we come in contact with, whether it's on the job. We have such an influence on people day to day. And that's why I always say our energy matters. And if y'all are with me hanging in here, y'all give me some likes. I have 0 thumbs up. If y'all are feeling where we're going with this message right now. But if you are not pouring in as much as you are pouring out, it's simple math. You're going to be end up on the depleted side of things. So women, we got to stop being like it's okay to sacrifice our happiness. It's okay when we need to create balance, take away from ourselves. How are we going to be performing at our top best and top tier performance shape if we're not doing those little acts of self-care and love to make sure that we're fine-tuning ourselves along the way? Hey, y'all, pretty beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate it. Y'all show me some love. Y'all remember this is all about letting me feel the energy, making sure we're interacting within the community. I'm here. I said, you know what? Let's come on more. Thank you, Kiara, for the sub. I appreciate it. It's just going into 2025, wanting this to be a year of clarity, wanting this to be a year where we're taking the bull by the horns and we're steering it, and knowing that we're no longer sacrificing ourselves, being the sacrificial lamb in this. Women, we don't have to sacrifice our happiness to create balance. When you start having to take away yourself to give to other areas, then remember the equation is off balance. That give and take needs to be pretty much equal to create that balance. Otherwise, we're pouring, giving here, giving there. And by the end of the day, we're overstimulated, burnout, and depleted. And then we get so used to functioning at that level of depletion that we think that that's reality. Sometimes we're in these toxic cycles or seasons, and by the time you finally make it through it, you be like, oh my God, that was not normal. Why was I even going through that? Why did I stay so long in that season? Why did I continue to operate at this level? But I always say, once you know better, then you can do better. So it's about saying, you know what, this is what I want out of this life. This is what I want out of this situation. This is where I want to be. So I always say that first starting point is making up your mind on what you want out of life. Once you make up your mind and say what you want, you know exactly what you don't want, so you can not have time wasters and situations that don't serve you. Remember, situation, I love to say people, places, and things. You can outgrow things too, man. In a season, it could be a season of such growth and insight that you can look up and, man, you don't relate to your environment, people, places, and things. It no longer resonate with you. And that's okay too. Because remember, things that are living organisms are going to have some type of change, right? Growth, there's transformation happening. If there's no growth happening, remember, are we a living organism? There's no functioning happening. If you're just living your life day to day doing the same things, you're not making growth in a direction that's gonna improve you. Remember, that could be physically, spiritually, mentally. You want to be in some way making progress. Everything that lives should be trying to grow in some way. Remember, when you plant that seed, it instantly start being in the soil that is nutritious to the type of plant or flower that it is. Then we start having our water to water it and sunlight, and we start trying to get that growth to jumpstart. Same thing in life. When we are taking our actions, we want it to jumpstart growth. We want to see the fruits of our labor. So if you're living the same day and putting in maximum effort, and at the end of the day you feel overstimulated, burnout, and depleted, you got to start reassessing your atmosphere, your environment. Are you planted in the right atmosphere? Are you in the right season for the type of flower that you're planting in that soil? I'll never forget, I've had situations in my life where I'm like, okay, man, this is going against the grain, trying to keep this particular situation afloat. And then as soon as I move this seed to a different environment and a new season, man, that growth was instant. I always say you can kind of tell if you're going in the right direction, because what's right feels right. Y'all know we have that power of intuition, and what does not feel right, we can feel it. But y'all know a lot of times we like to go in and the shoulda, couldas, and wouldas, and think that things are going to change. But pay attention to the season you're in. So if we know that this seed is meant to be planted in the desert, it's a cactus. And here we are in Alaska, and like, man, but I really hope that this could grow here. If I hope hard enough and strong enough, it's gonna happen. Some things just don't happen no matter how much you want it to, because it's just not meant to be. This is not the season and the environment for that seed. And I don't know if y'all been seeing it, but that bottle of water, they say, man, this bottle of water in the case, you get that whole case for $4.99. But if you go to the register, that individual bottle is like $1.89. Then you go from there to another convenient place for that same bottle of water, like the airport. Before you're getting on your plane boarding, that same bottle of water may be $3, $4. Then you get on the plane, that bottle of water is even more. So it's the same bottle of water, but depending on where it is determines the price. So your value is not determined in where you are in this particular season that may not be ideal for your growth. Your value cannot be determined in one season, especially if it's in the wrong atmosphere and location. Remember, you are not a tree, and that's the beauty of it. You can get up and move. You can start at least planning, because then you can say, well, Tan, it's not easy to move. It's not easy to start over. Man, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. Sometimes, remember, that growth happens outside of your comfort zone. It happens outside of what's easy. Remember, for you to start really seeing those gains in the gym, you got to start adding that pressure, putting on that extra weight. If it's easy, you're not pushing yourself. You're not going to see that progress that you would if you slowly start to add on a little bit more resistance. Conditioning yourself, strength training. It's like strength training. Life is straight up strength training. I'm telling you. Don't be afraid to take on something because it's a little heavier. It requires a little bit more of you. Remember, within challenge is room for growth. You're trying to achieve those gains by adding that little extra resistance, little by little though, right? You don't go from lifting 5-pound weights to instantly a 30. You got to slowly add on. Don't be afraid to take on the challenge. Hey, y'all, the ones that on the live, y'all make sure y'all show me some love. Give me a thumbs up if you're hanging in here in the live with me and y'all feel where we're going. But life, remember, don't always choose the easier route. Where's the growth in that? Come on, they call it a challenge, and they go up to the challenge. They accept the challenge, the journey. They condition for it. They train for it. They get themselves ready for the challenge. Same thing with life. The things that we want, we have to condition ourselves for it. Go out and get that motivation you need to be in the mental state that you need to take on this journey, to start somewhere. Faith and inspiration, motivation is so big. It's so big. It's that thing that make you say, I think I can. I think I can. Then you get up and then you start saying, you know what? I'm walking in my power. I'm walking into this new season because I want it. I'm walking in this new season because everything that I need is within me. I think too often we delay doing what we need to do because we're waiting to have the resource. We're waiting for the right situation. We're waiting for someone else to join along the fight, the good fight. Man, sometimes you got to be a lone soldier. Sometimes you got to go at it alone. Sometimes you got to do it scared. You got to do it not feeling prepared. Just go do it. Go begin. You know how many times in life, y'all, I just believe I could and I did and I really did it just because I thought I could. I told myself, man, Tan, you can do anything you want to do. Anything in this life, you can have it. If they got it, why you can't? What make them different from you? I'll wait. Do you really believe that somebody's story is meant to be a failure? Do you believe that we were created to fail? Do you believe we were created to struggle? No, the decision that we make along the way of free will now that influences the experience that we have, but we were not put here to struggle. We were not put here to be in survival and struggle mode. We were here to get the inspiration, motivation, and courage we need to move forward. And I'm here to tell you, life is not easy. My grandmother used to be like, oh, Lord, Tan, life, it done changed a lot. And I'm sure my grandmother in her 83 years had seen a lot of change. But you know what? She always felt like it was getting worse, like things are getting a little bit tougher. And then when I look at her back in her day, I'm like, man, that look hard, Mom. I couldn't imagine living in those conditions, being afraid and not feeling like you have law that's on your side with segregation and there's so many other barriers that my grandmother faced that I feel like back in her times, I'm like, man, how would I survive back then? And then Mom look at my time and be like, y'all, things are hard now. So I'm just saying that life keep on lifing, y'all. And it's not easy. It's not going to get easier. So don't get scared. Get prepared. Don't be scared. Get safe. Don't be scared. Be secure. Be prepared. Don't let fear be the emotion and leave it there. Let fear be the catalyst for the next action that you need to take. Don't get scared. I remember when it gets tough, the tough get going. When things look scary, we don't just sit and stand in fear. We start, okay, this unsafe, this situation. We start grabbing something to be safe in that season. So grab what you need to be safe. Do what you need to survive in that season and get yourself to the next one. That's what it's about. It's about being smart, being proactive. Don't be afraid and become stagnant and stop your journey there because of fear. Man, remember that mirage is there to trick you, to make you hallucinate, make you think that the reality that you see for yourself, you can't create it. Man, doubt is the killer of dreams. Like, how can you believe that you can if you're already doubting yourself? You're not going to be able to manifest in the physical what it takes to get things done if you're stuck in your head saying that you can't. Don't let fear stop you. Let fear motivate you. Man, I'm scared. What I need to not be afraid. Afraid and fear is like a vulnerable state of mind because you feel like you're lacking what you need in that situation to be okay. So let fear be an action that fuels the next action. Don't be scared, get safe. Don't be scared, get what you need to be in that season and be able to move with confidence. That's what I say, y'all. Just subs. I love the new subbies. Y'all make sure y'all show me some love by thumbs up in this video. But that is the message, y'all. One thing about me. I'm not a woman that has fear. When you have faith, that F is replaced with faith, not fear. Remember, fear is just a vulnerable emotion where you're needing something else to support that area that is causing the fear, the uncertainty. Remember, you are the master of your reality. And I remember hearing that term and being like, master, I felt like Kung Fu Panda. Like, what does this mean? That means whatever you want in this lifetime, you have the power to manifest it. How do you manifest it? It's mine. It's already mine. Thank him for the blessings that's already coming your way. You start already pulling that positive energy and that what you're wanting, you're desiring, you're manifesting it, and you're already welcoming it into your world. Hey, from Texas. Hey, Mike. Y'all, so remember that you create your reality. When you wake up in the morning and you say, thank you for another day. Today is going to be a good day. You're claiming success over that day. You're putting that good energy already into the atmosphere. Don't be afraid to manifest what you want. Speak it. Speak it into existence. Believe in it. Walk into it. I tell you, the mind is a powerful thing. Man, what if you say, I'm beautiful, I am beautiful, I'm confident, and you say it and you say it, you start to feel that chill that go over yourself when you start to believe in what you're saying, you start to believe your own voice. That inner voice is the first thing you hear and it's the last thing you hear. So you want to be your number one fan. You want that voice in your head to build you up and not tear you down. We got enough stuff in this world that we can't control, that's taking away and chipping at our energy. Man, we need to be that peace, that self-feeling voice. I'm whole. I have everything I need. This that manifest, man, that strength of being able to put things into the atmosphere so that it can manifest in reality. I challenge you to open your mouth and speak positivity over your situation. Speak positivity over your spouse. Speak positivity over your kids, your home, your finances. Claim victory. Y'all, I have chills when I'm saying this. Claim victory. I have claimed victory in moments where I couldn't see victory. It didn't feel like a win, but I thanked him for the win anyway. I may not be able to see it now. I may not be able to feel it, but I have faith, not fear. Take that F out of fear. Let's replace that whole thing. We're going to replace that with faith. You got to have something to believe in. Believe in you. Ain't nobody going to have you like you. And when I say that with my chest out and my chin up. Nobody's going to look after them kids like you look after them kids. Nobody's going to love you more than you love yourself. Like I said, how do you put yourself last and expect to come first to anybody else? But when you come in this thing and say, you know what, the things that I'm nurturing my body with, what I'm consuming, and that can be the music we're listening to, the company we keep, how we choose to replenish our energy, how we choose to spend our energy. Because remember, energy is currency. And there's no exchange for it. There's no refund. Remember, all sales final. So when you're spending that energy, remember it's something that you can't get back. You spending that time, and Lord knows time is something that we don't even know the balance of, and we spend it every day. Every day we going to the bank on that time. Like we spending that time, it's gonna be going. And we never know how much is in that bank account. So the importance of intention is even more at the forefront. I know after, I'll say, man, when I hit like 30, and then next thing you know, it seemed like life just, man, like, dang, I look up, I'm 31. I look up, I'm 32. I look up, my kids getting big. I said, wow, life doesn't wait on no one. You got to roll with the punch. You got to roll with it, or you'll look up and be like, where did it go? So make a plan for what you want. What is it? And start small. And that's okay to start small. You don't have to be a super planner planning your 5 year out from now. If you have to just plan by the week, if you have to just say, you know what, I'm going to tackle this day to day. And when you start small and you start knocking out that to-do list, you feel more in control. Then you start being able to widen your scope of focus. So then now you're going from planning day by day, from week by week, to now you're doing 2 weeks. Then you're doing for the month, and then you're learning to plan your life. You're learning to be more intentional with your time, your energy, and what you're focused on. Y'all, we get serious. We don't get scared. We get safe. We get prepared. We get to going. When it gets rough, we get tough. We get going. We don't look at life and fear the unknown, because remember, life is the unknown. Y'all, we cannot predict everything in life. All we can do is make sure that we prepare for the worst and expecting the best, okay? Prepare. Preparing yourself, preparing our kids. And I always say that my grandmother used to be like, I just hope to be around long enough until I know that y'all can take care of yourself. I poured in what I needed to make sure that y'all can be independent. And Lord, grandmother, I realize so much, and I understand it from a totally different place now. As a mother, as a parent, you just want to make sure your children have the tools to survive in this world, while we're here, and then especially when we're not here to guide, right? Because we know nobody gonna have our kids like us, and that's okay. So with knowing that, you move with that in mind. We make sure that we're giving them the life lessons. We're giving them that feedback in real time, whether it's positive reinforcement, whether we're correcting them. We gotta pour it in. Thank you, Kat. Yeah, I'm telling you, I feel so good. I've been, like I said, under the weather lately. So been a little MIA, but learning how to be okay with, tuning out for a minute, to unplug. Do what you need to do in this season, in that moment. And that's okay. Do what's best for you at all times. Remember, you can't expect to put yourself last and still come first. Now, think about that. The way you love yourself is the way that the universe knows to love you and respect you and approach you. The way you carry yourself means so much in this world. How do you want to be like, I'm such a lady, and you ain't acting like such a lady? So the light in which you want to be seen, you got to walk in it. You got to stand on it. Always, my father used to say, stand for something or you're going to fall for anything. Stand on something. Stand for something. That's when you have those morals, those values, those standards, the foundation in which you want to be loved. This is the bare minimum right here. Are you accepting the bare minimum? Are you wanting exactly what you want? Remember, universal law, what you put in, you got to get out. You putting in that work for yourself to improve and to have the progress and healing that you need. How are you going to go and take 10 steps back with somebody that ain't done their healing? How are you going to put yourself in situations with people, places, and things that doesn't align with where you are and where you want to be? Y'all, everything got to make sense. It got to make sense. And I'm looking at the comments, that's another thing about women. A lot of times, remember, we want to be the best version of ourselves for us. You do it for you, not for someone else. And a woman value is not in her beauty. It's not, you know what, you're based off of your worth is your beauty. But I'm going to tell you the effort that you put into your energy, the way you carry yourself, the way you condition yourself, the way you upkeep yourself, is speak on the love you have for yourself, the self-love. You're more than just your beauty. How much, energy speaks a lot too. I always say you can have a pretty face, but if your energy is negative, if it's off, people going to pick up on that. There is not just one status quo when it comes to beauty, because baby, I look at beauty as the energy you give off. To me, it's not one mold. There is not one mold of beauty. Beauty is individual. But I can tell you that confidence is what I like to see in people. Everybody got to tell you that you're beautiful. You feel beautiful. I am beauty. I am light. I am a blessed being. That's speaking that positivity over yourself. And I always say people love to try to humble people and, oh, so-and-so is vain. So-and-so is cocky. Those are things that people say to try to dim your light. Honey, if you feel good, say you feel good. If you give thanks. Thank you, Lord. Thank you for me feeling beautiful. Thank you for my confidence in myself. I thank you. Don't ever let somebody tell you that you're doing the most when it comes to yourself, baby. Turn all the way up. Because one thing about it, they ain't going to do it at the level in which you're doing it for you. So I love to do the most when it comes to myself. I love to think highly of myself. I love to think highly of my children, because ain't nobody going to love mine like me. So y'all know I'm the extra mom. I'm the extra person. I'm always, yeah, thank you for the new subbies. I appreciate it, y'all. We're walking into 2025, y'all, strong. We're walking into 2025 with clear vision. We're walking in 2025 getting the motivation we need, the inspiration we need, refilling our cups, because how can we pour into the cups that need us to pour into it, right? Our dependents, right? Anybody to depend on you. This ain't got to be a child, right? Any situation, people, places, things, animals, whatever depend on you. We need you to be your best version. And remember, that's a process that doesn't happen overnight. So you have to say yes to the process of transformation. Yes to the process of healing. Say yes to the process. And in saying yes, you got to trust the process. I think today we want things microwave fast. We want it fast with the quick. But we got to learn how to be patient and go through the transformation. Remember, there's stages. And when you skip over crucial stages, it affects the next one. Because there's certain things you needed in that season to get you in the next one so that you're equipped. Remember, it's about being equipped. You have that vulnerability and that anxiety and stress when you have that lack and that void. I don't know what it's gonna come from. I don't know what to do. And so I don't feel protected. I don't feel you're feeling like something's missing. I tell my daughter she's beautiful and she gets it from her mom. Period. Y'all, my kids know. They know that I'm going to be their number one fan. I love to tell them that they're beautiful. I love to acknowledge their academic success. I love to, man, even in situations where they don't know, I praise them in the absence of knowledge, because they're seeking the knowledge. If you're asking me a question, I think that's a beautiful question. Thank you for asking. Mama's so proud of you trying to figure it out. Mama's so proud of you taking the initiative. Y'all, everything you want to know. Everything, and I do mean everything. We're in the dawn of AI and technology, and man, it's at the tip of our fingers. So right now, if you're sitting here saying, Tan, I want to do this, but I don't know. If you have a I don't know, and if you don't have the answer, it's because of you. And that's okay, because it's not a negative thing. Remember, when you know better, you do better, or at least you should. Get your research. Do your research. Find out answers. Take as fast as we can Google and hashtag search and be online looking at memes. Spend that same effort and attention, y'all, getting the research you need. What do I need to accomplish this? When I wanted to get into nursing school, y'all, I was literally looking at all the criteria. And remember me, I'm more of a visual learner, so I write everything down. This is where I want to do. This is what I need to do. This is what I already have to check off this, that. Man, do your due diligence. Do your research. When you serious about something, you're going to do what need to be done. to get the knowledge you need to be able to make informed decisions. So do the work. Y'all, a lot of times I be saying this, you be in your own way. How many times are you physically really being held back by somebody else's opinion of you? What somebody else think about, we can't take it and go to no bank with it. We can't cash it out. We can't do nothing with nobody else's opinion. So don't let that be a barrier to you getting the information you need to get the decision made that you need to make to be able to make up your mind and say, I'm going in this direction. Do the research yourself. I'm telling you, they can't hold you back. All they can do is watch. Watch the glow up. Watch the transformation. And actually give them front row. Front row. Protected. I'm telling you, prayed up. Prayed up. Protected, man. Get on your journey and give them front row seats to the glow up. 2025 front row. We giving out front row seats to the glow up. All the haters. Front row seat. Front and center, please. Because this year's our year. Whatever you want, remember, you do your research. Get to comparing and contrasting some things and saying, you know what? Yep, this what I want. And then when you make up your mind and know what you want, you instantly know what you don't want, and you're able to reject anything that don't align. You start not playing with you. You don't play with your time. You don't play with your energy. You are focused. As women, we got to get focused. You start getting sidetracked because it's too much idle time. It's too much uncertainty. You're not really sure what you want. So now you're accepting things that you don't even know. You're like, let me just try. No, get intentional. Remember, time is that thing that we don't know the balance of it. We don't know the balance. We're just spinning it and hoping that we still got tomorrow's 24 hours. But what you got for sure right now is the breath in your lungs. You know, you're here right now on this live with me. So that let me know you're already on the quest of improvement, on that journey of progress forward. If you're here with me, let's go. We're already on the quest for it. That's where it starts. So I always say it's not about like, oh, hey, man, if you are here, if you're already watching something to which you aspire to be or something you're needing to get to that next level, you're already taking that first step. You're already taking that first step, and I'm proud of you for that. Learn to celebrate the small things. And then I love being able to stick in there when it's something you may not want to hear, but you need to hear it. You know how many people probably logged off or clicked off of this live right now because they probably heard something that was like, ooh, I ain't ready to hear that. When you sick and tired, when you ready for change, when you say, no, I'm ready. I'm ready for this new season. You become serious. You take the good with the bad. All of it's a part of the journey. Every part of the learning process is needed. When you skip over that painful growth part because you're trying to avoid, you needed that lesson that was in that season sometime. When you be like, Lord, why me? Why me? Why me? There's a message in that season. There's a message in that lesson. Look, 14:14, y'all. It's a message in it. Know that everything has rhyme and reason. Everything has purpose. When you look for a lesson in it, and you're not just looking for the sadness and the hurt from it. You say, man, Lord, I received the lesson from this season. Remember I told you when you start to add on a little extra resistance, you start to see them gains because now you can carry a little bit heavier load. And it's not that you should, but now you're conditioned. You made it through. Remember, it's about breaking through, not breaking down. What is the way forward? If I can't get around it, I'm finna go over it. Man, either way it go, I gotta go under it, I'm going under it. However it is, the goal is to go forward. Remember, you're searching for answers, not just digging up problems. Not digging up what happened to me, and not digging up, you're digging up solutions. You're looking for the lesson in the message. You're listening for the lesson in what you went through and what you survived. Being a survivor, sometimes that pain can end up being a purpose and a passion that is birthed from that experience. And lessons, man, you can be getting your purpose in that. Sometimes life lessons are training you, is molding you for that next season. So get what you need right now to see where you are, be able to analyze what you need and where you're going for that next season. So whatever it is right now, say, God, I thank you for the lesson that I'm receiving. I thank you for the strength that I'm building in this season. Because that next one, I'm going to take all that I've learned and I'm growing and I want more. I've always been forward thinking, y'all. I've always been like, I want more. How can I achieve more? Man, and I don't even be wanting it just for me. I'm a mom, so I've always been like, man, I want more for my kids. I want more for them. And it's okay to want more because that desire for more fuels the action behind getting more that it takes. Remember, I told you it's not always easy. But you got to take all days, good, bad, take it with chin up, chest out. Remember, on those harder days, there's a lesson. Remember, you get the most gains from those uncomfortable, extra resistant days. Man, it tests your faith because God is saying, can you thank me when it's not the best day? Can you rely on faith when it's not just easy? When fear want to creep in, can you say, I'm standing on faith? I'm telling you, it's not tested when everything's going easy and good. Faith is tested when things are not going easy, not going according to plan. When your plans have been derailed, when your faith is being tested, that's when that's the test. When you're able to stand up against adversity, when you're able to look at the statistics and say, I'm in control of my life. I'm bigger than any statistic. I'm bigger than any generational curse. I'm bigger than anything that people put up against me. I'm bigger than any roadblock, any barrier, any hurdle. You can jump over them. If you can't jump over it, go under it. If you can't go under it, go around it. Remember, some things are just facades because they say, you know what? Just by putting this roadblock up, they gonna stop here and they gonna turn around. You'll be surprised how some of this stuff is just there to pretend, to see how many people are going to stop just because it says, nope, you can't go that way. Are you going to reroute? Man, I've always been like that little engine that could. When I tell you I have never just stopped there, I've been like, man, if I want what's over there, I'm going over there. So if that means I got to go up that hill, though, to get down and then around, and then to get up, that's what I'm doing. Man, people be so hard. When they see that it take a little extra effort, man, you see how many people fall off. Fall off because they want everything quick and fast. They don't want to go through the process. They don't want to trust the process of transformation. Healing is a process. Recovery is a process. How many things just happen microwave fast? Even food. We know that the food that we can have done and ready to eat in a couple seconds of being zapped in the microwave, we know that more than likely it ain't good for us, right? But those things that are slow cooked, multi-step southern food, baby, the juices, the flavor dripping off that food because it went through the process. Now we're infusing that flavor within that food. Now we're tenderizing that meat. Go through the process. Be okay with giving yourself time to go through the process to make sure that you're full of flavor and tenderized for that next season. Vanessa, are you pregnant? Okay, girl. Y'all, I'm telling you, be okay with going through the process. Be okay with taking your time. And I've learned, and this is something I've been doing lately, when things come in the path to kind of change my schedule, I say thank you. Lord, I don't know why this happened, and now my plans are changed by 10 to 15 minutes, but I thank you for whatever I avoided in that 10 to 15 minutes. I trust that this extra 10 to 15 minutes, I needed it. It's working for my good. You'll be surprised when you start taking situations that normally would trigger you and you start putting them for your good and speaking life into them and changing the meaning of those situations. Y'all, man, I'm so good at they call it transmuting things. What's meant for negative and meant to derail and meant to throw you off your path. When you start taking those situations and transmuting them, remember when somebody don't like you and you over there like, hey, how you doing? And you boiling their blood because you speaking. I'm transmuting that negative energy and I'm taking that energy and I'm making it mine. And I'm making it for the good. Your smile, just that positive energy can shift the room. I always say, y'all know, I be like, be the change you want to see. You can't change him, you can't change her, you can't change them, but you can dang sure change the way you respond to people. You can change the room that you allow yourself to walk into, the relationships you build. You can choose your exit. You can choose your exit, y'all. Love your hair and nails. Thank you, Miley. You are in control of your destiny. Remember, you are the creator of your reality. But y'all, it's getting a little bit late. Just wanted to jump on. Remember, we're going to be going live a lot more. There's videos that are definitely on the upload list. And there's just so much, y'all, that we need to decipher going into 2025. It's our year. You know, it's our year of being intentional. It's our year of affirming success, claiming it, speaking it into the atmosphere, speaking life over our kids, speaking life over our finances, speaking life over our significant others, right? Believing in ourselves, putting ourselves first, being the best version of ourselves, accepting the transformation, the healing, trusting the process. Y'all, we doing all of that. Come across your videos inspire me so much. I like a positivity. I'm a mom of 3. Lost your mom 3 years ago. Don't have a lot of support, but watching you makes it. Tyra, I totally understand. When I tell y'all, it's not, they say it take a village to raise a child. That village don't have to have, the number behind it. Don't have to be in the double digits. You may have a strong, solid 2, 3 people, or maybe even a solid 1. But God is going to carry you. Just know everything you need in this season, you have. Prioritize your time and the things. Offload where you need to offload. Remember, if it's just you, you need to do everything you need to stay solid and to stay afloat. Make sure you're replenishing your cup. Taking your time for you. One day at a time. Remember, those kids come first. They always come first. Kids first. Think with them in mind. And you'll be all right. You'll make it through each season, right? Remember, you can get through it. It's about breaking through and not breaking down. Be able to assess what you're really working with. Plan your time. You got 3 kids, make sure that, at this time, I'm going to be off of that because I'm dedicating this to making sure homework is done. Making sure they had a warm bath. Pulling together what you have. Make them a meal. Whatever you have, just be confident knowing that you're doing your best as a mother. And that's all we can do sometimes. Just work with what you have and do the best you can and sleep well at night knowing that you did your best. And when you wake up the next morning, know that, again, it's a fresh start. If today wasn't your best, tomorrow can be your best. You can already claim it. I just want to motivate you in whatever season you're in to know that you're going to make it through this season and then you're going to get into the next one. And the lessons you learned from the past season are going to help you in the next one to be the better version of you. Remember, progress is a process. You just got to trust it. Push harder. You can push harder. Y'all, I remember them long nights. I remember early mornings. You got to sacrifice somewhere. When you sacrifice and you pour in and lean in a little harder, you're going to see the fruits of your labor. You're going to see the fruits of your sacrifice. It's universal law. What you put in, you're going to get out. You'll be okay. I can so feel that, Tara. I feel the desire to want to be better, to want to do better, want to provide more. And that's where it starts. Y'all gonna move me to tears. Y'all know I'm a big crybaby. And that's just because I love and I understand the journey. I've been there. And you can get past it. Work with whatever you got. Do the best with where you are. And God see that. And God bless you abundantly for making it work from where you are and being thankful from where you are. Remember, you can't compare your journey to no one else's. Those 3 little ones are looking at you. They don't know what they don't have. But they sure know what mama making it work. And mama pulled something together. And mama gave us a hot meal and a hot bath. And mama said good night. And I love y'all. I'm going to see you in the morning. When you send them off to school, I love you. Mama see you when you get home. Have a good day. Do the best you can. Affirm things, speak it into existence. Y'all gonna have a good night. Mama proud of y'all. It was a good day today. And it's okay to cry. It's okay to shed that emotion. God hear your heart and he see your effort. Remember I told you motherhood is one of those things that we don't get all the flowers that, in real time. Oh, we see your sacrifice. A lot of our sacrifices go unseen, unheard. And that's okay. But our kids being happy, healthy, and safe and fed and full and sleep at the end of the night, that's our flowers. And that's okay. We're a mom. It's not about being perfect. It's about the effort and intention. Remember, I told y'all it's about that intention. So if you're here watching me right now, getting that motivation and filling your cup up tonight after a long day, God see your intention. You could be somewhere laughing at some kind of viral TikTok or something off of Zeus Network and all of that kind of stuff. But instead, you're here getting your motivation to keep going, trying to fill your cup up. And I love that for you. I love that for us. Remember, it's a village. And it's not always perfect. And that's okay. Remember, it's a part of life. We got to learn how to process through different seasons, different emotions. And that's okay. And I love being transparent with your kids because your kids see your effort. You don't ever have to talk negative about a situation. Your kids can see what's being done and what's not being done. So if they see mama up trying to tidy up, trying to make the best with what she have, they see that. Kids gonna remember that. Remember, you can have very little but make them feel like they have so much. The energy that we as moms give off, it's infectious. Remember, I told you we are the original influencers. I remember not having very much at all, but made it feel like it was abundant. Made my kids smile. They were just so happy to be in that moment that I feel like it was a lot compared to somebody else, or it may have not have been. But my kids never knew it. So make the best with where you are. Remember, I told you that's the effort. Being thankful in whatever season you're in, giving thanks. That's when you start to see those blessings roll in because God can see your effort. Don't look for it from man. Don't look to receive your flowers, and especially not in real time. It's okay. If your kids are happy and healthy and whole, you got something to be thankful for, mama. That's your flowers. Raising kids is not, it's not a walk in the park. It's long nights, early mornings. Sometimes it's a little bit of both. It's a sacrifice. Kids are my motivation. When I feel like giving up, I know there's no one who's going to love them like me besides God. Absolutely, Amanda. I love that. Remember, I told you no one going to love you like you, and nobody going to love them kids like you. So you got to be whole. You got to be happy. You got to be around. You got to be here as long as you can. God sees our hearts. Absolutely. He see it. And your little ones, they may not be old enough, and if they are, and they may not be in a state where they can, Mama, thank you for everything. I always teach my kids to give gratitude, though. But it's okay. Don't look for your flowers in real time. Remember, happy, healthy, and whole. Mama, a job well done. Job well done. All right, y'all. Until next time, I'm going to jump up off this live. And remember, I told you we got to get busy in real life, getting ourselves settled and ready for the next day, making sure those babies are tucked away. Check those backpacks. Make sure y'all checking those folders. Go ahead and get those school clothes out the night before if you can, so in the morning it's not such a rush, But y'all make sure y'all give thanks. Give thanks for the things that is coming your way. Give thanks for where you are right now. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Love y'all. And thank y'all for being a part of my internet family. Thank you for being a part of this community. And thank you for the new subbies, y'all. Welcome aboard. Y'all, good night. And I'll see y'all in the next video.